Hey y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're gonna go through and do an eyeshadow palette declutter. I have this case full of eyeshadow palettes, plus at least another 20 or so sitting on my table, so it has gotten out of control. And I try to do these once every 6 months, once a year. Some of the palettes that I decluttered in a previous declutter video ended back up in my collection because people didn't want them, or they just ended up getting put back up instead of given away. So I need to clean out, get rid of, because someone else will love these palettes and I have too many to give them the love that they need. And especially on a lot of my more neutral palettes, I mean, I don't use those very often, so I think those are definitely some that are going to go. But as I said, the collection's out of control. So I guess we'll get started, and we're gonna kind of open them up and look and see. Put some in a maybe pile, some in a definite keep, and then some in definite into my giveaway box. And these are gonna go to friends and family. As far as I know, I don't know of any local shelters that are close to me that take makeup donations, but I know enough people between employees and friends and family that will definitely give these palettes some love. So I guess we're gonna start off with whatever's sitting in front of me and see how it goes. Okay, so first off, I have the Festival palette by Juvia's Place. And this one I'm definitely gonna keep. I love these bright shades in here, and I love to play with color, as you know. So this one is definitely going to go in the keep pile down here. The next one that is laying right here is the Masquerade palette. Look at all those beautiful jewel tones. And as you can see, they're slightly used, but I want to be able to get some more love out of it. So I wanna definitely keep that one. Next up, we have the Too Faced Clover palette, and this one has had some more love, and I do enjoy this palette, but I'm not sure if I like it more than some others, so we're gonna set that one in my lap for right now for our maybes. Another one that I have is the My Little Pony Colourpop, which when I got this, I kept this one over the Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony because I'm obsessed with My Little Pony from being an 80s child and all. But I think this one I'm definitely gonna get rid of. It has some pretty colors in it, but nothing too unique, and it's taking up room on my shelf. So that one's gone. So let's see, we've got the Saharan by Juvia's Place. Again, I've barely used them, but the Juvia's Place eyeshadows are absolutely phenomenal. And I love the bright colors, and like this deep cranberry red color is just so beautiful. And look how pigmented that is. I adore that. So we're gonna keep the Saharan by Juvia's Place. Now we've got the, oh, that was the Saharan too. This is the Saharan. This one I haven't even actually used, but again, I love the colors, but I think I'm gonna give this one away because I have a lot of those orange shades that I love in here in other palettes, and the shimmers aren't anything too unique, so I think that one's gonna be gotten rid of. Even though I do adore Juvia's Place shadows, I just don't think that one's a little bit too neutral for my taste. Now this is the Nubian 2. And I had the Nubian 1, but I gave that to my sister-in-law, possibly, maybe, I think so. And I'm gonna keep this one. This one has some good neutrals in it, but I love like that goldy yellow and this plummy shade right here. It's like a cool tony, deep shade, so I wanna keep that one. So far, we've gotten rid of 2 and kept 3. I guess we're on a good start, and 1 maybe. Okay, this is the Alamar palette, and this is from one of my BoxyCharms, and I really like this palette, but it is only 8 shades, and there isn't anything in here super unique. Like, I love that pale gold El Maquillon shimmer shade right here, but I have a color that is almost identical to that in one of my Natasha Denona palettes, and I would rather keep a Natasha Denona over the Alamar palette. Now again, this is a great palette, but the neutrals the 4 mattes in here are not anything super unique. So we will declutter that one. And I just got eyeshadow all over my pants. Okay, so here is the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit, the Wants. These are great colors if you are just starting to play with color, but it is still a pretty neutral palette and it works well. I didn't have any issues with it, but it is big and bulky, and there's nothing in here that screams unique to me, so we're gonna declutter that one. So let's see, now we have the Emily Edit, the Needs palette. And this one I'm definitely gonna get rid of. The bronzer has more of an orange shade, and the highlight and the blush are a little bit pale, especially for my skin tone right now. And this is just very basic. It's good quality, but again, this is not what I'm wanting to keep. But I love Emily Noel. That's part of the reason why I purchased it. I adore her. It's just for how I like to do my eye makeup. I like stuff that has a little bit more, bam, more color to it. So, there we go. We're getting somewhere now. Okie dokie. Now let's see. This is the Anastasia Prism palette. I just used this one the other day, and I adore that shade right there, Sphere. And I'm not gonna get rid of it, mainly because of that shade right there called Sphere, that neon greeny yellow color. It is so pretty. And as you can see, I've actually dug into some of the colors. It is really good quality, so that one is going to be a keep. Next is the 10th Anniversary palette by Kat Von D. This is a definite keep. Even though I am not really supporting her brand right now, this is not something that I'm going to get rid of because I do love the shades in here, and it was a gift from my husband for Mother's Day last year. And like the army green, that shade right there is so pretty on. So that one I'm going to keep. Let's see now. There's so many, and it's like, how do you go through and get rid of? So the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I love the shimmer shades in here. There's not very many mattes, so oh, I love the way that smells. If you've never smelled a chocolate bar, this is the chocolate gold. They smell so good. We'll put that one in the maybes pile because again, I like Too Faced eyeshadows, and I'm not sure if it's something I want to get rid of. Okay, so we have the Too Faced, what is this, the Festival Collection? And I love all the shimmers in here. Again, I'm just not sure if it's something unique enough to keep. That will go in the maybes pile, because I'm not sure if I love it. And this is the Kat Von D Metal and Matte palette. This is a great travel palette because it has some really good basic mattes in here. This is the mini one, and I like the shimmers, so we're going to hold on to that one. As you can see, when I get into the higher end ones, it's hard. Okay, so this is the Too Faced. This is Make Believe Yourself, and it is all shimmers except for one matte shade. The shimmers in here are okay. I was decluttering this before, so that's going to get decluttered. So these are the two NYX I Love You So Muchy palettes. I like the texture of these, but these are not my favorite eyeshadow formula. To me, they aren't the best to blend, and this one's very basic, and this one I've got colors like everywhere else, except for maybe that yellow shade, but that yellow shade on my skin doesn't show up very yellow, so there's two more to get rid of. Getting somewhere, y'all. Okie dokie. So we have the Urban Decay Nocturnal Shadow Palette and the Urban Decay After Dark. One was released at Sephora and one was released at Ulta. And if I'm going to choose one, because that lounge color's in both of them, this one has a few more mattes. but I think I'm going to keep the After Dark palette and declutter the Nocturnal palette, which I think that's what I did before too. It's just, as I said, some things re-end up in my collection. Then we have the Essence All About the Magical Forest. These colors are really pretty, but since they are more on the, and the quality is really good, but since they're more on the pastel-y shades, let's put that in the maybes for now, because I do like those colors. This is the Marc Jacobs, the Wild One. This was the holiday release for Christmas, and these are very basic colors, but again, it is a good one to travel with. I love the matte, Marc Jacobs matte formula, so I think I'm going to keep that one. And we may go back through another day and decide, hey, let's get rid of some. Okay, so here's the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which I do adore this palette. It is really good quality. It is a little bit big and bulky, and I have these shades, all of them in something else, and I think I would rather get rid of this and then keep the Vault collection, because I like the smaller, the unique colors that are in the Vault collection. Now this is the Melt Gemini palette. As you can see, I've actually loved this one quite a bit. This is a definite keep. This is such a unique color story. This half right here just speaks to my soul, and it looks very pretty on my skin tone. This one, I'm obsessed with like army green. This one is a definite keep. Now we have another palette by Juvia's Place. This is the Zulu. Love these brights. This one is staying. Sorry. Now we have the Magic by Juvia's Place. I like these colors, but I think I have them in other palettes. So we can say bye-bye to the Magic. I've been kind of sticking with a lot of the smaller palettes. Now here's the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. This one I'm definitely keeping. I love this color story. I love all the shades in it. So that's what I used on my eyes today, other than I added a little bit of Natasha Denona, one from the Sunset palette across the lid. I love that color story. So we've got a few maybes. We're getting some down. The Deuce by Juvia's Place. Love this color story. That mint green called Macaroons is such a unique color that I would keep it just for that shade. Now let's see, we got some more. The Too Faced Sweet Peach palette has gotten some love. Love the way it smells. Let's put that in my maybes. I have a lot of, most of the palettes that are going in the maybes are Too Faced. And then this is the Just Peachy Mattes. Adore this palette. So I want to keep that one, even though I don't get to reach for it very often. The Natural Matte by Too Faced. Good 9-pan eyeshadow palette, great basics. Smells like coconut. And this is the new one. This one I'm keeping. So, let's see. Kat Von D Too Faced Better Together. The colors in here is the Kat Von D side, the Too Faced side. We're gonna get rid of both of those. I love this palette, but I have others that are so similar in other palettes that I will actually reach for. Okay, this is the Too Faced Natural Eyes. It has some shimmer in it. Okay, hold on. We're gonna think about this. Do I need both natural eyes and natural mattes? Probably not. Natural mattes has gotten some more love, so I think natural eyes is going bye-bye. See, I'm actually going through and getting rid of stuff. That's a lot of palettes. Okay, so this is the Too Faced, or not Too Faced, this is Kat Von D Shade and Light. This is the All Shimmer palette. And I like these shades, but I'm getting rid of it. I do not need an all neutral shimmer palette, and there's other palettes that I reach for more. The Urban Decay Elements palette, let's put that in a maybe because I do love these shades. I'm just not a fan of the packaging, but we shall see. Kristen Leanne Urban Decay. I've used this one quite a bit. I do love a lot of these shimmer shades, but let's declutter this one. I don't reach for it enough. The Huda Beauty Obsessions Emerald, I'm definitely keeping this. I am obsessed with green shades and I love these little mini palettes. Huda Beauty, I really, really adore their eyeshadow formula. Okay, so here's the Mar palette by Colourpop. Colourpop makes some really good eyeshadows, but I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I have these shades and other things and we can make some room in my collection. That one doesn't get enough love. Okay, so the Urban Decay Moon Dust versus the Too Faced Glitter Bomb. They are very, very similar in color scheme and texture, but I think I like the Urban Decay Moon Dust better, so Glitter Bomb is going bye-bye. And I don't want to keep it just for a matte white and a matte black because I have matte white and matte black in others. Okay, so for Marc Jacobs, I have the Editorial palette. And then I also have the Glambition. I think we're going to keep the Editorial and get rid of the Glambition because the Glambition is just a little bit too basic. So let's move these keep ones into there. I am going through and actually getting rid of quite a bit. Okay, so Natasha Denona. I have 3 Natasha Denona palettes. Where's the other one? The Lila palette, the Sunset palette, and the Star palette. All 3 are absolutely gorgeous. All 3 are extremely expensive, and all 3 I am keeping because they are extremely expensive. Even if I had fallen out of love with the Color Story, these are going to stay in my collection forever because I paid a lot of money for them. As weird as that sounds, I mean, some people may understand that, but I mean, the quality is there. It's just I need to declutter some others so that way I get some more use out of them. The Tell As Old As Time, this is the Beauty and the Beast Lorac collection. It is very basic. I hardly ever use it, but Beauty and the Beast is my favorite, so it is a keep. Now let's see. The Pirates of the Caribbean Lorac palette is, I'm gonna get rid of it. I typically don't get rid of anything Disney, but I don't use it. It's very basic and it's bulky. So let's get rid of it. Modern Renaissance, gotten a lot of love as you can see. Love this Color Story, definitely keeping that. So, and then I have a new palette. My husband bought me a new palette, the Lime Crime Venus XL. I haven't even touched it yet. So as you can see, it's still in the plastic. It is a pink palette. We're gonna keep that because as I said, I just got it. My husband bought it for me and I haven't had a chance to really play with it. Now the Morphe Jaclyn Hill the Vault collection, I am keeping all 4 of these. I love the color stories in here. Armed and Gorgeous is a very warm, no, this one's not the warm tone. This is like the greeny orangey palette, which I adore. The Bling Boss is like the purpley mauve colors, which is gorgeous. The Dark Magic is dark and beautiful. And then last but not least is the Ring the Alarm. This is the one that I have stuff that's similar to, but I think I'm gonna keep all 4 of those. Well, no, I don't think so. I'm gonna keep them. So, let's see, we've got a few more. The BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, I have actually gotten a lot of love out of. This is one of my favorites as far as not super high end other than like the Juvia's Place, so we are going to keep that. The Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. It is a rainbow palette. It is gorgeous, but I really never use it, and I keep it because of the colors, but now I have lots of other colors and others, so bye-bye to the Full Spectrum palette. Now we're getting somewhere. The Too Faced Pretty Rich palette. I actually really like the glitter shades in here, and I've gotten more use out of it than I thought I would. I'm going to keep the Pretty Rich palette. So, the Disney Designer Collection. Very basic, love the packaging. Quality's good. It's a good go-to nude palette, and it's got the Disney princesses on it. That one is staying because. Okay, so now we got 2 Jeffree Star palettes. We have the Beauty Killer, which is the first one, and the Androgyny, which is the second. I think we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Beauty Killer, and I think I'm gonna keep Androgyny. I like the color story for Androgyny better, even though it's hardly been used. Maybe that'll give me a chance to actually play with it. Beauty Killer is really, really pretty. I love like this neon pink. But I have these shades in other palettes, and this one I never get a chance to reach for, so bye-bye Jeffree Star. Okay, so now we're at the Huda Beauty Nude Nudes. I adore these shimmer shades in here. It is a very basic palette, but this one I use quite a bit. I brought it with me to Disney. It looks so good. And then the Soft Glam is another neutral palette that I'm holding on to. I really, really adore the shades in there. So now, let's see, there's the Gingerbread Spice palette. Now we gotta look over our Too Faced palettes and see which ones of these bars I am going to keep. I have the Gingerbread, Clover, Chocolate Gold, Sweet Peach. You know what? We're gonna keep all 4. I can't decide on which ones to get rid of, so all 4 of these are staying in my collection. And then maybe at a later date I will be ready to get rid of, but at this point, nope. Okay, so the Essence Magical Forest, so pretty, and so is Life's a Festival. I think I'm gonna keep Life's a Festival and get rid of the Essence palette, and then the last one that I need to look over and see if I want to keep is the Urban Decay. And since I got rid of the Kristen Leanne and a couple of other Urban Decays, I think I'm going to hold on to the Urban Decay Elements palette. So, now these are my 2 boxes of keep. Ugh, that's still a lot. But, let's see how many we actually got rid of today. Oh, that's a lot. So, let's see. We got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm decluttering 22 palettes. So I think that's a good start. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays are miscellaneous, either makeup or planning or just random stuff. Wednesdays are keto and CrossFit updates. And Fridays are always crafting for Disney. And check out my other channel, which is my main channel, Cuttin Corners Vinyl, which is where I do all the vinyl tutorials as well. And if you take and check me out on all my social medias, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, you can kind of follow along with my journeys. So I guess that's it. So we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay.